Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Savannah. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a breaking story for you guys that we want to get into immediately. So before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, today, unfortunately, we have some very disturbing news. We're just actually here, just relaxing, minding my business on a Sunday, and then all of a sudden, I got a notification to my phone via Twitter, and it said something about Ja Morant being suspended, and I saw it from Adrian Wojnarowski. I'm like, suspended? So I had to look at the post, and I'm like, but this thing has been up for like 40 seconds. I thought it was something old because, well, we'd already been here before. So I'm like, how is it possible that I'm hearing this? But it turned out that it's true. Now, what did Ja Morant get suspended for? Apparently, he was in a car, another viral video of him in a car with a friend, and they were singing some music or whatever, and apparently he appeared to brandish a weapon in the video, and even his friend was up there flashing the weapon sign. And then I went to go look for the official suspension press release, and I found it on Twitter via Mark Spears. And apparently what the Memphis Grizzlies are saying, Memphis immediate release, for immediate release May 14th. We are aware of the social media video involving Ja Morant. He is suspended from all team activities pending league review. We have no further comments at this time. Ja Morant just got suspended within a 3 to 4 month window for the very thing he got suspended for 3 to 4 months ago, which to me is still incomprehensible. I cannot even believe we're producing this show today on a Sunday. And after going through some of the details of this report, it made me remember a prominent voice in sports media, and that person is Shannon Sharpe. As you all know, Shannon Sharpe has had his back and forth with the Memphis Grizzlies over the last few months now. But if you guys remember back in March, when Ja Morant was released from that facility in Florida where he went through therapy, they actually did a segment on Undisputed where they asked Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe to give their immediate thoughts on Ja being released only after less than 2 weeks. So what we want to do is want to quickly play what Shannon had to say just in March. And then we're going to come back and react to his comments. Take a listen to that.
And we talked about this, Skip. He checked into a facility last week and he's out by Tuesday. Like I said, I'm not a psychologist, psychiatrist, or anything like that. But that seemed a short period of time.
It did.
Given the behavior that Ja displayed over the last 5 or 6 weeks.
Agreed.
And some of the incidents have transpired this past summer. And so going back, there's a period of time, and that seems like an awful short stint. But if he's better, I'm all for that. The NBA said they couldn't conclude that the gun actually belonged to Ja, or that he brought it into the club, or that the gun that he displayed for a brief period of time that was actually his. So Ja Morant was willing to throw it all away for someone else. And what he said, he told Jalen Rose in the interview, he said, I was pretending to be something that I'm not. I know a guy that's been sitting up here for the last 2-3 months that said, what, Skip? He's pretending to be something that he's not. He wanted to portray that he was hood, that he was a thug.
Yep.
Bro, you worth $250. Man, ain't nobody worth no $250 old shooter. That ain't you. And everything that he does, Skip, somebody makes a play, tap. He got the tequila bottle on the plane and he's spraying everybody. Come, bro, really? The real people that do that for real, you never know they about that life. And they guarantee you they ain't worth no $250. I just didn't get why he was trying to impress somebody. Yo, Ja, that's him. Skip, does he realize that being Ja Morant is impressive enough? You walk into any room, man, not Ja Morant. He in the NBA.
True.
You don't need to do it.
Yep.
Skip, he don't need to say anything else. He don't need to do anything else. Ja Morant, in and of itself, is impressive enough in any room, in any arena, in any genre. But yet, nah, that ain't enough, Skip. I want to show I'm like that. I'm about that. I'm glad, and I felt to Skip, the NBA, the Grizzlies did a very wise thing, suspending him. Therefore, the NBA says, you know what? We don't want to compound an issue. He's taken enough. He's been away for 6 games. We're going to add 2 more to it. He'll be able to come back, if I'm not mistaken, Monday. Work his way back. I don't know if he comes back immediately or game or two.
They said now it's just about his shape.
Right, getting in shape and come back on the court. Skip, I'm glad this is behind him. I'm a firm believer, Skip, the best apology is change behavior.
Yeah, it is.
So we'll see moving forward if Ja has learned his lesson, which I hope he has, and the change behavior in which he exhibits lets everybody know. Because I'll see better than I hear. Now, I heard with the interview, I heard what he said.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be watching to see what you do.
Yeah.
And if his actions match his words, lesson learned.
So you heard what Shannon Sharpe had to say there. Here are my thoughts. I'm absolutely done with Ja Morant. And I'll tell you why. Initially, when those stories were coming out, all of them, not just one, people act like it's just one incident. No. It's a litany of incidents that we can all chronicle. I was one of the people that said, hey, let's take a nuanced approach to this. Let's not beat the guy up. Let's try to approach the situation with some love and understanding. He's a young guy, blah, 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 blah. And some people in our community were saying, hey, man, you're being a little bit too soft on this guy. This guy's an adult. Why are you up here babying him? And I said, let's just give the guy the benefit of the doubt. But let me tell you guys, when I began to feel like Ja Morant was just basically singing us a nice song, was during his suspension as he was coming back, after a game that the Memphis Grizzlies were victorious in, one of his teammates was being interviewed at the end of the game, and Ja Morant crashed the interview, and he said, it's a parade in my city, yeah. And it was at that moment I knew that this guy is not serious. I knew at that moment that this guy was taking us all for a very nice long stroll up the block. That he was absolutely not serious. For Ja Morant to even find himself connected to a story like this is absolutely unbelievable. As a person that has defended him from the beginning of these stories, to hear this now, there's absolutely no defense for this. And let me tell you something. People in the media are going to come for him for this, and I am not going to be one of those people defending him. I'm not. You cannot constantly put yourself in situations like this that can jeopardize your future as an NBA player. It's unbelievable to me. We're now talking about possibly losing hundreds of millions of dollars, and the question is, for what? For what? There's no defense for this. I'm sorry. The fact that you're even connected to a story like this is unreal to me. We just heard Gilbert Arenas, who went through a similar thing, say, hey, Ja, listen, this has to be the summer where you just kind of lay low, focus on yourself, work on your game, work on your public image, and just stay away. And we're not even into the summer yet. We're still in the playoffs. And then this story breaks. It is unreal to me that we are here talking about Ja Morant under this present context. It's unbelievable. There's no defense for this. There's no, oh, he's a young king. There ain't none of that. Let's cut all of that out. There ain't no young king. Oh, no. We're not doing none of that. Because there are a lot of younger guys in the NBA, younger than Ja or his age or around his age, that don't find themselves mired in these type of situations. This guy is at the potential of being one of the faces of an entire league. And you find yourself in these type of situations. It is unreal. And for what? This is what I'm trying to understand. What play are we really running here? The Memphis Grizzlies look bad as well on this situation, because then we're now going to ask the question, why didn't you guys ensure that this guy had gone through all of the proper procedures to ensure that he doesn't have a relapse like this by only allowing him to go through that therapy for a week and a half or 2 weeks? Why was he out so soon? This is a question that a lot of people were wondering, even Shannon Sharpe himself. So for Ja to find himself, the Memphis Grizzlies are culpable as well. Because you guys played a role in this. Some thought that he should have just took off the rest of the season and worked on himself. But no. The Memphis Grizzlies as a team have turned into the laughingstock of the entire NBA. They're the laughingstock of basketball right now. It is unreal, and I'm no longer supporting this madness anymore. I did it. Now I'm done. I am done. These are my thoughts. What I want to know from you guys, what do you guys think? If you guys need to hunt this information down, it's all over the internet. You guys can go hunt it down for yourselves. And please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We'll catch you on the next show.